Guys, I messed up. So if you've seen episode 15, you'll know that we tried a 71% win rate Korean build. Apart from, we made one crucial mistake. We didn't buy Lichbane. This was a critical error, as we are now missing about anywhere between 200 and 1,000 damage from every single E that we do. So in today's game, let's rectify that error and absolutely stomp the enemy. Hello and welcome back to episode 18 of Ekko to 100, where I try to prove to you guys that you can master any champion within 100 games. So I can't believe it. We actually forgot to buy the Lich Bane. So dead brain. I mean, you could tell, I think, even in the commentary there, that I was surprised at why we weren't doing as much damage as we would expect to with that build. But don't worry, I've corrected the mistake that I made, and this game is an absolute banger. So we're into a Belveth, and we know that we don't really win that early game. We sort of have to get ahead. We do have a Yasuo and a Yone in bot lane. You know, Team Rocket inting off again, but we'll see how they do. We'll start bot side and we'll move our way top because yeah, I'll leave those two to it in bot lane. But yeah, this game is absolutely incredible. So we'll start with the Rocket Belt this time. And then we'll go into Lich Bane, and then we'll do the rest of the build as follows. So, just to reiterate, this build is the 71% win rate Korean build. So we'll drop our W early. We'll get rid of the blast cone so that no one can jump over. And it's actually quite a nice gank from these two. If Yone had also used his Q, then I wouldn't have had to smite there, and we could have kept that. But so we're just going to go potentially into a full clear here and just work our way up. Runes wise, we have gone with the Dark Harvest. The Dark Harvest, we got the newly buffed Sudden Impact Eyeball Collection. This time we have gone Ultimate Hunter. I've been playing this quite a bit recently, and it just feels so good. Just every team fight, you have your ult. And in an extended team fight, when you're level 16 as well, it's like a 25-second cooldown. So you can potentially have it twice if it's a dragged out fight. Just insane. And then secondary tree, we've got Triumph and Legend Tenacity, just so that we can use ult, even if we're CC'd for extended periods of time. We'll be able to get out and then ult away, potentially get some damage off and some health. So we've got a nice control ward here. I think our mid laner dropped that there for us. Very nice. Belveth isn't normally an invading type of champion, but you know it's good to just have that confirmation. You know what? Anytime a laner does something nice to me in solo queue, I'm happy. So we'll move up here. We've got a Caitlyn in the top lane against our Alawi, and currently they are poking out a little bit. So she's very far pushed up there, the Alawi is. Gets a good E off. Caitlyn doesn't punish that properly. And we just continue with our red. Alawi did just splash there, I noticed. So, whilst you're doing your camps, and whilst you're moving between camps, look around the map, gather information, see what you can do. You know that Alawi in the top lane now doesn't have her flash and she's getting poked out. But the Caitlyn is, you know, she's not a top lane champ for a reason, you know. It's a long lane, and if we catch her out, there's no way of her getting out. So the Aurelia is going in on the Veigar here, and I decide to go in, see what I can get done. She does get first blood. She does have full stacks. This isn't great. We don't get the stun off, and she just starts wailing on us with auto attacks. So we have to flash out here. Not the most fantastic start, I have to admit. I was trying my luck more than anything else, I think. And the Aurelia does get out there with an extra kill. We do get the top side scuttle, and we start moving down to the bot side scuttle, and we also get this. Wow, lovely. Very rare on Ekko. You know, actually, that it's going to be a good game if you manage to get double scuttle on Ekko. Just accelerates you towards that 2-item spike. So bot lane are looking pretty pushed up here. The Yone support isn't there, so I don't want to go in that because it's just 2v2. I'm half health. The Yasuo's only level 2. It's interesting. And their enemy bot lane is level 3. So not about that. We'll just go back and do some farming. So yeah, I'm using the Project Ekko skin here. I think this one is probably the least favourite skin that I own, at least. There's one more, I think. There's Academy Ekko. I don't like that skin at all. Let me know what your least favorite Ekko skin is, and let me know what your favorite is. I'm looking forward to trying out the new Prestige Ekko skin, just because I'm working towards it now. I've got the battle pass for the Star Guardian event, and I've got 1,300 tokens. I think you need 2,000 in total. So you can see just in bot lane there, the Belveth popped her scrying plant. So we know she's in the bot side of her jungle at the moment, meaning that if we move top for this Caitlyn, this is looking like a good gank. So she's, what, a third health, now a quarter health, and she's fairly pushed up here. If she hasn't warded up at all, even if she has warded, then, you know, I don't think that she's got much chance of surviving if we just drop an E down and, you know, do some good stuff. Even though we are also a quarter health, we'll be able to get the damage off before she will, just if we combo correctly. So we move up. Doesn't look like she's got a ward down. The Alawi gets some good poke off. I get a good W, and the Alawi gets the kill. Perfect. Managed to stun her out before she can use it on anything. And we won't push the wave in. It's in a good position. I lie. We'll push the wave in. The Alawi looks like she wanted to. Me in game obviously read that better than me in replay file. But we push that in, get some XP whilst we're backing, move back, and we can get that Hextech Alternator, which we've started doing now instead of the Blasting Wand. Slightly more expensive, but we've had enough gold to also get boots here and a control ward, which is great. We'll move back onto the bot side as Caitlyn is spam pinging for probably the the jungler to go and help. If there's spam pinging on the map, just assume it's for your jungler. And if you are the type of person that spam pings your jungler, please don't. Do one ping. You know, they're always paying attention. Apologies for the little break there. Something went wrong with my recording, so just jumping back into it now as we get the bottom scuttle. So that is scuttle number 3 out of 3 that we've managed to get as Ekko. Really good. Accelerate our level 6, and like I said earlier, our second item spike. So it looks like the Yasuo and Yone are fighting. I'm having a look here to see if there's anything I can do. I think the MF was pretty low, and she steps up. That's what I was waiting for. Perfect. So I drop the W behind so she doesn't have an escape. We E forwards, get the Dark Harvest proc. Q, we don't even need our passive proc, which we might be able to get off on the Vex here. Good knock up from the Yone. He's a little bit too... He should have E'd back here, I think, to play it safe. Then he could have gone further on the tower. But that's still pretty good. You know, it's a 1-for-1. But it gets us further ahead, which is nice. You know, we gave the kill up top to Alawi. We managed to take the assist there. So it's nice to have a kill on the board. And we have 2 Ultimate Hunter stacks already. It's really good. So if you don't know, Ultimate Hunter gives your ultimate ability haste. So for each stack you get 6 initial ability haste, and then 5 ability haste per stack. 5 stacks in total, that's 25, that's 31 ability haste in total that you get for your ultimate there, which is pretty good. We'll watch that stack up as the game goes on. So we can see that the bot lane is chasing our Yasuo, and the Belveth, and we go in for the counter gank here. The Yone gets the kill, that's fine by me. They are doing okay. And the MF starts moving in. The Yasuo, he survives. So we get the flash there from the MF and get the kill. Amazing. That is an extra stack on our Ultimate Hunter because we haven't killed the Belveth yet. And we push our advantage here and get the dragon. I think the better move here would have been to move into her bot side jungle, but the reason I didn't do that was because she came from her bot side jungle, and I assume that she's already done all those camps. So we'll get the dragon. And see if we can add pressure elsewhere on the map. I thought it reset there. I was like, how does that happen? But no, it's because the Yone went through. They were pretty low. I like the idea of engaging. Maybe we should have backed here and got some gold. But instead, we'll just take our walls and see if we can get back on the map. The Belveth has moved straight top and is ganking the Alawi, whilst we pick up the mid wave. That's unfortunate. Looks like there was a slightly wrong combo. So we pick up the mid lane, get some XP, get some gold, whilst the Vygar's not there, and we deny the Aurelia some place as well. Look at this. Scuttle Crab number 4. This is working out quite nicely in our favour. So at this point I would have been quite worried that the Belveth would have gone straight into my top side. but we've got the control ward there, which is really nice. We could potentially go for this bot lane, but it's a bit volatile for me, I think. If I'd moved in, the bot lane would have backed out, and they probably wouldn't have got that kill. So maybe if I'd come around, but I assume that's warded. I mean, yeah, either play's fine, backing there or going down. We know the Belveth was in top side as well, so there wasn't any chance of her outnumbering that battle. It looks like we were waiting for the Blasting Wand and the Amp Tome. Oh, and we've got boots as well. It's quite a nice back for us. So we're making our way towards our mythic item. High pen, remember. High penetration. So the Rocket Bolt gives you penetration. The Lich Bane doesn't, but it gives you a whole lot of burst damage. We get the Void Staff, we get the Shadow Flame, all of which are penetration items. So we don't really expect anyone to build much MR, if anything. The chickens reset there, but they come back because they're burning, and we managed to get both of them, so it's all good. Just with 1 Q. So yeah, we don't think that anyone on the team is going to build a ridiculous amount of armor. No, magic resistance. There we go. So if we go flat pen, that should do the job, and we should start doing effectively true damage. And the Alawi kindly started the Rift Herald for us. I don't know what this Belveth's doing. She really should be going for these Rift Heralds. You know, that's how she gets her true form for 3 minutes rather than 1 minute, which is what she gets it for on a dragon or a kill. And we actually spot her on her bot side on a nice little pink ward that we've got there that she's actually just seen. Unfortunate, but we know where she is now, and knowledge is great because that means that I can go up here without feeling contested and see if we can get a tower dive on this Caitlyn. Annoyingly, the Caitlyn's actually pushing now because the Allow is going. She's seen me, and I think she's thought, okay, well, we can do that. So I pop the Rift Herald so I can actually get past it. It's not the best use of Rift Herald, but I want someone to tank tower for me. I don't want to take one or two tower shots. She flashes early, and looks like we can't, unfortunately, get the kill there. Really sad. So yeah, I think maybe I should have been hiding in this brush rather than on the other side. I was expecting Alawi's pushing power to be a little bit stronger, but then obviously she got poked out quite nicely by the Caitlyn. So we do that and we move back down. Oh look, a Belveth. I think we could potentially take her there. The reason we didn't was because we didn't see the Aurelia, and she's actually shown up in mid lane now, but that's the reason we didn't do it. The Aurelia's fairly strong. She's almost double the Vygar's farm, which is pretty crazy. She's got the most farm in the game, by quite a way actually. And if you see those sort of numbers, I mean, that's just under 10 a minute, which is like pro standard of farming. 10 CS per minute is what you're aiming for in the late game if you're a pro. I mean, you guys can aim for it as well, but don't worry if you don't hit it, because, you know, unfortunately you're not a pro, and I'm not either, which is why my farm also isn't 100 per minute. It's a little bit different for junglers, to be fair. So we'll move out with a full and completed Rocket Belt. That feels good. Like, just the extra, I think it's 200 damage and extra mobility at the moment. It might be less than 200. Is 143 damage at the moment because we don't have any other AP items. Later on, I think it goes up to 250, but we can double check that later in the game. So at this point, we can do blue and Gromp at the same time. Make sure you're cycling your passive procs equally. As soon as they time off, you want to start building them up again. And that's how you get nice clear farms. If you get the blue first and then the Gromp will heal you for more. And we find the Belveth here. Oh, there we go. Nice and easy. That was a smite kill. I didn't see the Vygar coming down, unfortunately. I could have given it to him. In fact, I should have given it to him. He sacrificed some minions there. He moved down. And, you know, Vygar's a mega late game scaler. And MF kindly starts the dragon for us. So we just take that. The Aurelia does kill the Vygar in mid lane, but our bot lane are fairly strong and they've moved up as well. So I don't think anyone can contest the three of us here. Even though we don't have smite. So we used it on the Aurelia. That's another reason we shouldn't have got the kill, because we sacrificed our smite for it. We should have just given it over on a Vygar Q. So we hover bot lane here. We see the Aurelia coming in. She doesn't know I'm here because I've got sweepers on. We drop the W. EQ. Passive proc. Q drag back. Lots of damage. The Yasuo and the Yone are looking to engage It's a bit risky now, just because they're under tower and there's 3 of them. If we get CC'd at all, and we can get CC'd here, the Vex has a fear, the Aurelia has her E, which is a stun, a line stun, so it could potentially get all of us. And if we get stunned under there and FF ults, we are dead. So we don't want to risk it. Just push the wave in, leave, get some XP. Whilst the Veigar is very nicely free farming in top lane. Not top lane, mid lane. We can potentially do something here. We have our ult. This is more of a limit test. We get the Vex. And we ult out, leaving the Yasuo to die. Yasuo didn't necessarily need to come in here. I think he was expecting us to do more. So we flash in, we E, we get the Q drag back, get our passive proc. Oh, it just feels so nice to get those plays. And we get a triple kill and die. I'll take the triple kill. We do give the bounty over to MF, which isn't great. She's 4 and 3. She managed to get the Yasuo there as well. But you know, like plays like that are fun. You know, you can if you do a play like that and get angry, you know, just have a think. You know, you had fun doing it. You got a triple kill, and you know you recalibrated your brain now. You know that you can get a triple kill if you do that again, but you're probably going to die. So, you know, just keep it in mind. So, 3 stacks on the Dark Seal, and we are moving towards our Lich Bane. It only took us 3 episodes, but we're moving towards it finally. And that's, as soon as we get our Lich Bane, that is when we start to do some serious assassin damage. If you don't know what Lich Bane does, and I hope you do, I hope you've seen the rest of my episodes, but if you use an ability, your next auto attack increases your damage by a certain amount. Up to something ridiculous like 1,000. I want to just stop this Aurelia from trying to... She's scared of me now. She managed to flash away because of the kill in bot lane. Yeah, I didn't want her diving the Veigar and the Veigar dying. We move back to our chickens. We just want to clear those so they reset. But yeah, so the Lich Bane, if you use an ability, you get an empowered auto attack. With your E, the roll forwards is when it procs initially. So the next auto attack, which is the end of your E, when you teleport to someone, instant auto attack, you instantly get that damage off, which is why Lich Bane is such a good item on Ekko. 5th crab, by the way. And big crab. 2nd big crab. 2nd daddy crab. Shelly. Rift Herald. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, that's why Lich Bane is such a good item. And then with just the sheer AP of the rest of the build, you know, shenanigans ensue. So the Belveth needs to try and do something desperate here. I don't blame her for doing that. She's got nothing to lose. She's 2 levels behind, 20 farm behind, every single objective behind. As I go here and I try to go for the Caitlyn, who got over there very quickly. I'm not really sure how she did that. Half alpha, give the Alawi some extra pressure there. And looks like we're moving down. See if we can potentially catch this mid lane wave. And the Aurelia. So 7 and 1, full stacks. So we get our passive proc off, and we have to ult out, unfortunately. I think we missed an auto attack there, which is gutting. Something I should have done is I should have held my caps lock button. I've bound my caps lock button to hit champions only. If you don't know that, then actually that's a good thing. That's a good point. If you guys want to know what my settings are, let me know, and I can attach onto the end of a video or something. But pretty much, if I hold my tab down, then I won't be able to auto anything else apart from a champion. So in situations like that, I'd have hit the Aurelia. Ooh, Q missed. That's interesting. So Q going out is quite thin. It's only when it gets to the end and starts slowing down that it expands, and that's, you know, it's a good farming mechanic. But yeah, you just have to be quite precise if it's close range. Keep that in mind. And we'll take these 2 at the same time. We want to play on the bot side of the map now because we have a dragon coming up. 3rd dragon. And I've just pinged out to my team. 13 seconds left. Veigar's moving up. Yone's moving down. Yasuo's pushing in to move down. And this is looking, you know, the Aurelia's in top lane. The Alawi flashes out. See if she can get out here or do something. She ults. The Alawi ults. Yeah, not the Alawi, so the Aurelia ults. Unfortunate, but it means we get this. You know, the Alawi's putting up pressure on the opposite side of the map to the dragon, which allows us to get this nice and easily. So even though she dies in top, it's not the worst play. Unfortunately, none of our team have teleport up, apart from Alawi, who's dead. So it does look like we are going to miss out on that tier 1 turret, unfortunately. But we get the rest of our farm. I don't think I should be farming my own jungle at the moment. I think that Belveth jungle is my jungle. So that's something to learn. I think if you're... How far? We're currently 2 levels ahead. We are a full item ahead now that we've got our complete Lich Bane. And we also have the first component to our Shadowfire as well. So why not... We're 7-1 and 2. Let's just push this advantage. I think what I'm probably thinking is... Oh no. I was going to say wait for ult up, but the replays bar's bugged and that little shimmer running towards me is my ult. So we do have ult. We should be in their jungle, I think. So there's been a funky lane swap here. The Veigar's in bot, which is fine. The Yasuo and Yone are in top, and the Alawi's in mid. Here, I think the Alawi and the Yasuo and Yone should swap. If the Yasuo and Yone are in... Number 1, actually. There's 2 points here. Number 1, if the Yasuo and Yone are mid, they have the most pressure out of the rest of the people on the team, excluding me. So if they are in mid lane, then they can rotate faster. Number 2, Alawi should be in top because she has teleport and her passive as well. The tentacles, there's more area for them to spawn up in top lane. The Yasuo and Yone actually have moved down now that the Alawi's dead. Fortunately, we failed the Veigar. He got caught in the MF ult as we were trying to get a kill on her. Our E was down at the time, so as that's what we used to engage. And we'll see if we can get this Vex here as well. So E, get the passive proc off nice and easily, and we just back out of that. She managed to dodge our Q. But we get the tower. Aiming for these objectives. So we've got all 3 dragons. We've been there when they've spawned, apart from the first one, I think. We've helped get top tower with the first Rift Herald. Second Rift Herald we used in mid, I believe, to get that. And then we just... So we have helped get all 3 towers. We've got all 3 dragons, and we've got both heralds so far. This is what you need to do. Just confirm the wins. You know, if you're ahead of your jungler, don't let them come back. Like I'm doing now, and giving a shutdown to the Aurelia. Not fantastic. She had full stacks and managed to get the rest of our team. She's also pretty... Like, she's... Veigar's just chilling. Let's move on to the Yasuo. So, she is also 8 and 2. She's... With my kill, she... I think, no, actually, with the Yone's kill, she managed to get a little bit ahead of me on kills. But here, she overstays. And Veigar presses Veigar button and gets a free kill. So that's good. That's good. We managed to shut her down. She gets too cocky. That's the thing. Like, you can read from her body language what she wants to do, which is just stay and get as much as she can until she dies. Gets the fast reset and then goes back. Which is working for her somewhat, but... oh, well, I know how the game ends. Let's just put it that way. I'm going to play safe now until everyone gets back on the map, and then I can start pushing this advantage again. Just kick Rob. Thank you for your help, Yasuo. Very kind. Oh, look, we've got ult up already. So, with 5 stacks of Ultimate Hunter, and our level 2 ult is on a 47-second cooldown, which is pretty insane. I think at this point it's normally like a minute or so, maybe a little bit less, 55 seconds. We smite that away. Aurelia can't do anything. We slow her with her Q, she misses her E. We get the proc off and we just jump over. So she's doing a lot of damage. She goes for the invade. I ask my team to come and help. Which they do. Yone goes in, Veigar cuts off, Yasuo's on his way up for backup, and I can see her there because she tried to E. Just easy gameplay. We ult there. I don't think we needed to. I think it was a precaution. If we'd waited a little bit longer, our ult would have actually been on top of the Aurelia, and we could have potentially just burst her down with a ridiculous amount of damage. So MF, caught out. Belveth, caught out. And we are just, like, Oh, the damage is ridiculous. Smite kill, love it. Easiest triple kill of my life. And our team just don't have a chance to even kill steal because we are bursting so heavily. So currently our Lich Bane is doing 200 extra magic damage on a hit. And our ult is doing 700 damage as well. I think I said I was going to show you how much that was doing. Let's see how much our... So our rocket belt active, I believe that's just the active, has done 668 damage so far, which is not as much as some, but you've got to remember we also get the rest of the stats. We get the 90 ability power, we get the 16 magic penetration from just the raw stats, and the extra stats we get from the legendary items. And we get some health and some extra movement speed from it as well. So getting a lot from it, even if it's not telling us. Screwing this up every which way here, but I'm sacrificing some time as well. That's not a good play. I think I was probably looking at around the rest of the map to see what information I could gather and just screwed up my farm. That's alright. We're far enough ahead that small mistakes like that don't really matter. And we'll push up here. So, just to let you guys know, we are currently on episode 17. So we've got episode 18, episode 19. Episode 20 is going to be when we decide, when the voting starts, I should say, to decide which champ I'm going to take to 100 next. So if you wait for, just keep an eye out for episode 20. I think I've got 5 champions that I'm going to announce, and then we'll have some voting for 5 episodes, and then after that we will have a new champion to take to 100 games. So let me know when that video comes out, which champion you'd like me to play. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're getting anything there, so we'll just move down. Move down. It looks like all these are gone. The Krugs are just about to come up, but I don't think we've had vision of that, so I don't think in-game I know that. And they somehow have vision of the Alawi as well. So, we'll move up. MF's caught out here. Let's see if we can find her. Oh, it's disgusting damage, and I love it. So there it was E forwards. It was E, rocket belt, and then Q, passive proc. Another delete. Yone has a good ult in. Again, that's a triple kill, thank you very much. Goddamn announcer getting it wrong. But just, it's so much fun to play this. We've got our Shadow Flame, and look at that! We stunned her, and she's just... that was under a second worth of... well, it was, what? She's probably on 2,000 health at the moment. Let's have a check. She's currently just under 2,000 health, and we destroyed her. Absolutely annihilated. And they surrender. So that is what that 71% win rate Korean build looks like if you play it properly. And let's go take a look at the damage charts. So we end the game 15-2-3. We don't quite have full build. We could potentially have got a Magi's, and we're building into our death cap, which would have just blown up our AP, and that would have been absolutely crazy. I'd love to have seen how quickly we could annihilate someone if we had that. But if we go over to the damage charts, we absolutely slapped this game. So we've got triple the damage of anyone else on my team. And MF coming up 8,000 damage behind me, as we are at 30,000 damage, pretty much at 30,000 damage, just doing an insane amount. Compare it to their jungler, 3.5k. We did almost 10 times her damage. Absolutely nuts. This build is insane, and I love it. It's so much fun. Dark Harvest stack-wise, we do 2,110 damage with 20 souls harvested. Sudden Impact, doing over 1,000 damage. 1,248 damage. Great stuff. Really liking those buffs. Definitely run it on Ekko now. Eyeballs, we have all of them. Stacks on Ultimate Hunter, we have all of them. really, really nice. I really like Ultimate Hunter on Ekko. Triumph, restoring just under 800 health and giving us 360 gold. Love it. And Legend Tenacity coming in at 11 minutes and 20. And there we go. We have rectified the mistake that we made in episode 15. If you guys have liked today's video, please comment, subscribe, and drop me a like. And I'll see you guys in the next one.